What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I got this new microphone, but let's jump right into the Bible scripture for today, and we're gonna go over why it's relevant to today's topic. So, excuse me. This is gonna be Matthew 10:14. And whoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust off your feet. All right. And at the end of the day, I think that most people are staying single right now because we're choosing peace over chaos. But the biggest issue that we're running, I would say there's several issues we're running into, right? First, we have social media. All right, so first we got social media, right? And we all know that social media, this damn thing, we'll just hold it for now. So we all know that social media plays a big role. And what social media is doing is it's portraying this image that there's an abundance of people. So mine, you know, men are thinking like there's so many women out there. So instead of just settling down with one, it's always like the second. I'm just literally looking for a reason to disqualify this person so I can just move on to the next. Women are doing the same thing, right? But what social media is doing is just creating this false illusion. I'm going to start off with the ladies, all right? Ladies, it seems like a lot of y'all, remember, I said a lot, I didn't say all. A lot of y'all have this mindset that it's only one of these two types of men. You have the men that's damn near far fetched, and what I mean by that is like, unless he's an athlete, a rapper, or some type of entertainer, and making millions of dollars, it's either that's the status signal, or you think a lot of these guys are just bums. They don't know how to lead. They have no money. They have no motion. They have no aura. So it's like that's why you keep getting asked like, where are the men? Because it's like you're looking for a guy that is masculine, on his purpose, God fearing, good looking, in shape, intelligent, not just emotionally but socially as well. Have a well educated, well traveled, and all these things. And the truth is, these men are out here walking around on a daily basis. But right now, we're very jaded because, again, if that is your mindset, that guy's invisible to you. So you might see him at Walmart, but because he's not wearing $50,000 worth of shit, you don't see him. So you automatically throw him in the second category of he just another dude with no motion, no money, no whatever, right? Fellas, same thing. See all these Instagram models and think every woman needs to be plastic up or like have a specific hour shaped body or whatever the case may be. So now any woman that walks past that's not looking like that, you're not interested in. And the moral of this story is that we're all choosing looks in the flesh than we are over the spirit. So spiritual alignment is what's going to save your life. And that's not just even with relationships, but that's with friendships as well. And I think that we have a new epidemic of this mindset of I don't give a fuck. Like everybody's so quick that I don't give a fuck. And it's just like just because there's an abundance of people doesn't mean that these people are good for you. Those of you who go back and study the word know that you can go into villages and they pretend that they welcome you, they pretend that they love you, and then they kill you or they turn their back on you and they pretty much mark you for death. So it's the same thing when it comes to relationships. Another reason relationships aren't lasting anymore is because we're picking the flesh over spiritual alignment. We're so quick to hop into bed with these people and worry about what materialistic things they can provide for one another. But are you really taking the time to sit down and analyze this person's psyche? Where are they at with God? Where do they see themselves going? Do they have direction? Do they have purpose? Right? Balls on deaf ears. You know, guys are so worried about the Instagram model looking women, the OnlyFans looking type of women. And women are looking for like these type of athletes, you know what I mean? He needs to be 6'4", light skin with dreads and all this other crazy shit, right? So at the end of the day, first master the art of not caring about what other people think. Don't live for external validation. If there's a guy that you like and he's a nerd or he's in the comic books, whatever the case may be, hey, if that's your person, that's your person, because let them laugh, but they're all gonna go home alone every night wishing they had a dude to do the same for them, and vice versa. Guys would be wishing they had a girl that you had. You know what I mean? And think about that song with Drake, "The Real Her." Andre 3000 said something very, very important. I think the lines were something along the lines of, you know, married men don't want to go home. They look up to him. That we look up to them. They look up to us. They, we lust for some trim, and they want some new lust. Something like that. No, whatever. Something about trust. Like they want lust, and we want trust. You know what I mean? So it's like take the time to heal as well. Look in the mirror, ask yourself, am I truly happy, right? Because if you're really looking for your person and you're really looking to like elevate your life and stuff like that, you, man or woman, you have to be ready to bring some form of value to that person's life. So become the best version of yourself. So even this 5F module was designed for the fellas, but ladies, you can follow the same thing. Get your spirit right with God first, manage your finances, really, master financial literacy, start putting money up, start investing, clean up your credit and things like that. You too can, get into fitness, whether you decide to just focus on the internal, you start eating healthy, start making protein shakes and, going to the doctor, getting your routine checkups, getting screened for breast cancer and stuff like that. And, of course, and if you want that nice chiseled body or whatever, and you go into the gym, that's cool. Like the 5F module can very well work for ladies as well. But we have to get out of this mindset that my partner's going to fix everything. That is not realistic, right? So stop going into a relationship, men or women, stop going into a relationship assuming that your partner's going to fix it all, that they're going to give you all the money, all of the guidance, all this abundance lifestyle. I can't stress enough how bad social media is running it for everyone, because a lot of these people aren't practicing what they preach. I'm in the field, right? Social media influencers, rappers, all these people get pulled over all the time, especially in around Metro Atlanta, and they're not living that lifestyle that they're portraying on social media. So they got you convinced that every man is out here driving Lamborghinis and in these big cribs and do all these big chains on and shit and flying you to Spain. No, they're not. Fella, same thing go to you. You out here thinking every woman is an Instagram model and she's so quick to hop in bed with you just because of XYZ. There's a combination of everything. If you really want to find your wife, you really want to find your husband, are you the best version of yourself? Fellas, are you ready to lead, provide, and protect and guide this woman in your tribe closer to God and help build financial freedom so y'all can break generational curses and build generational wealth? Ladies, are y'all ready to be led? Are y'all ready to be submissive? Let me say that again. Are you ready to be submissive and respectful and show some admiration for your man? Stop getting married for titles. Stop being so quick, man. Fuck him, whatever. Again, that abundance mindset is what's ripping us apart. So, what do we do to fix it? Well, there's several things we can do to fix it, but a lot of people don't like the answers. And like number one, again, it's going to be spiritual alignment. Get your spirit right with God first. That's going to be number one, first and foremost. No way around it. Number two, for both parties, yes, you have to get your finances up. Like this 5F module, I'm telling you, is just going to guide you through life. But yes, you have to get your finances in order. I'm not saying you have to be rich, fellas. You don't need to be making 6 figures a month and no ridiculous shit like that. But pay off your debts. I am in agreement a little bit. You really shouldn't be dating if you all fucked up financially, and it's not because it's all about the money, but you should want to be good. Like you should want to have your bills paid. You should want to, if you decide to take out a roof, Chris, you at least have that option, like knowing that I can take her if I want to. And it puts you in a different category, a different circle, different tax bracket and things like that. You start hanging around different people with different mindsets. Yes, mainly for fellas, yes, fitness looks matter, man. I keep trying to tell y'all this. Your fitness and your fashion, all of that plays a role. How you dress, how you groom yourself, how you present yourself. Do you get your nails done? Do you get your feet did? Do you go to the dentist? Get your teeth taken care of. Excuse me. Even the accessories. Little chains, little watches, and stuff like that. All of these things play a factor, right? But this is internally and externally, and family. That's good too, because you got to be, for both parties, you got to be family oriented in some shape or capacity, right? Because you and your partner are going to build a family at some point. You're going to build an empire. You're going to have children. You're going to have a best friend. Fellas, you're going to have a best friend that probably comes around. Ladies, you're going to have a best friend that comes around. Siblings and stuff like that. So you have to build a very unique and dynamic family. So that, again, the 5F module is really what's going to get us our person. And of course, erasing that whole abundance mindset. The good thing about the abundance mindset is that in the back of your mind, that worst case scenario, there's a divorce, there's a breakup, the engagement is over. You still have options out here, because guess what? People are only going to get more and more single throughout these next generations, right? Pretty soon we're going to be living in a society where no one even cares about marriage no more. No one's not even going to care about relationships. It's just going to be like, hey, it's just going to be who's available, And with the number of men shrinking out of the world, and it's more women than men, especially in the Western world, I foresee it at some point where women are either just going to always be single, or they're just going to start accepting monogamy. You know, when you look at the whole Stefan Diggs and Cardi B situation, which is something I actually want to speak on, but I'm gonna do that in another video. Um, I think that their relationship was a good social experiment, not so much for us. Like, I'm not saying that they did that purposely for us, but it teaches you a lot about where we're at in society with both men and women. Um, and the only way we're going to end this debate on man versus woman, one, we have to accept the fact that we need each other regardless. All right. I don't care how much money a woman's making. I don't care how much money a man's making. I don't care how much he cleans his own crib. I don't care how many businesses she owns. We still need each other at the end of the day. We need each other to procreate, and we need each other to love each other and grow from one another. We are supposed to be making our partners better in some shape, form, of capacity, not leeching on and bringing them down out of jealousy and all these other things. So, in a nutshell, y'all heard the scripture. You know, I strongly recommend y'all actually read that chapter of Matthew. It's pretty touching. And in a nutshell, yeah, you know, it's nothing wrong with picking peace over chaos, but I want to see this generation do better. You know, millennials were all we got left because we already know Gen Z is they're cooked. So if we want to set the example on how to really build generational wealth and break generational curses and to actually love one another, because it's actually right in the eyes of God, even if you don't give a fuck about making a man or a woman happy. It's right in the eyes of God for us to get out here and love each other. And it starts with these type of relationships. And it can even touch on friendships as well. You know, you're seeing 20-year friendships go down the drain off one argument. Come on, folks, really. So that's where we at with that. But you know, Timothy just had to get that off his chest real quick. You know, I hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day. I'm probably gonna make another video later on today. I think the Valentine's Day thing, I'm gonna probably tie that in with the Stefan Diggs situation and Cardi B and Offset and all that other fun stuff. Every now and then, I want to talk about current events on the channel, even if it's not directly related to the 5F module. But you know, just let y'all know, I am human. I do scroll. You know, I do scroll on and see some of the same shit y'all see. So that's where we at. But other than that, happy Sunday, peace, love, prosperity.